how do you like? And you know, I guess it's just through like cultivation. Like I've literally seen some of my homies who used to rap that way, and we started bringing them through the backyard, and like niggas go now, you know, because they just didn't know. One of the homies told me one time, he was like, prior to your shows, I didn't even know that people actually rapped at live shows, because every live show he's been to has been done that way.
Right. Music playing, everybody on stage,
crazy,
ad-libbing the lyrics on
over
the
the
song.
vocal track, not matching up, yelling at certain points, too quiet at another point, turning your back to the audience.
And people still show up though,
because they don't have anything. They don't have anything. They don't know that it's not supposed to be like this.
Right.
If you grew up in a certain era and you didn't pay any attention to the past, because ageism has infected hip hop worse than it has anything else, which leads our youth to cut off their elders, cut off the elder statesmen, cut off their OGs, and not pay any attention. So you don't go look at a Busta Rhymes, KRS-One, Big Daddy Kane, Nas, Biggie. You're not looking at how those shows went. Biggie in the middle of the crowd doing unbelievable with everybody around him going nuts. You don't see that.
Right.
So you won't know Chino, XL, and Razzcast. You don't know how they get busy.
Right.
Or even Party and Bullshit.
That might have been the song I'm talking about.
The part where
Can we just all get along?
There's a fight and everybody on stage like, oh shit, these niggas fighting. And then can we just all get along? It's part of the show. And you're like, oh shit.
And you know, like that, all that footage.
Shout out to Young M.A. She did that at the show and it caught me. I was on stage. I was like, shit, I gotta go break shit up. And my man was like, nah, just watch. And then she started rapping again and everybody was jumping. I was like, oh, okay, I bet.
Showmanship.
It's game tape.
Yeah.
Showmanship.
It's game tape.
If you don't look, if you don't study, then you don't know that that's a thing. And you don't know that that's the key to longevity. So you're just doing what you... Or, the other thing is, most won't look because they're not interested in it. Because they're interested in the fame. It's not being good. Way more rappers today want to be famous more than they want to be good. If you talk to them about being good, they'll tell you I'm lit. I don't need to do none of that shit. That's for y'all niggas.
All right. Until Jada Kiss in a minute. Yo, it's 2023. They don't know the words.
Yeah.
Why they don't know the words?
Right? But you know what's crazy? They never have to experience that though. They never have to experience that shit.
Well, because they're escorted out of the paint before they realize what would have kept them on the court. They're escorted out. By the time they realize, oh shit, KRS-One been rapping for like 30 years.
Man.
Busta Rhymes' career is 30 plus years. I could have been, you know what I mean? I could have been like that. Right. And now you out of here. You only got like 2-3 years in. You was hot for like maybe 1.5 summers and now you gone. Man. And you don't know that this thing that's right under your nose, in the information generation, you literally have it in your hand at all times.
Oh, God.
You can go look and see what made this dude your father's favorite MC, your mother's favorite, your big uncle's favorite MC, and he's still out here and you still see him and he's still tearing shit to pieces. You can go look, but because our industry cannibalizes us and turns us against each other with a whole bunch of different things, ageism being the main thing, our youth reject their giants, their teachers, people who could get them past the bullshit. I could show you how to, if you ready.
Because that shit don't be cool to them no more.
That's my point.
Yeah.
They'll look at him and call him irrelevant. You ain't relevant. I don't hear you on the radio. Meanwhile, you're on tour, destroying shit. Family don't want for nothing. Kids don't want for nothing.
Right.
Living great lives. But you don't know that because they're not on your channel or this app lit with a bunch of jewelry. And my answer to that lately has been, there's this dude out west. I don't know if you've heard of him, named Larussell. He don't wear a lot of jewelry either.
You heard?
But I promise you, everybody knows who this nigga is. You might want to get in tune. I'm not sure jewelry actually equals talent because he ain't got none and he got way more than the other thing.
But it is a tool. That'd be the thing. Like we was walking through the airport one time and there was some niggas in the airport with us that on hell eyes. hella ice, and it caught our attention. It was like, what y'all niggas do? You feel me? So it worked as that marketing tool, and they understand that shit.
Yeah. Marketing gets you in the door, but talent keeps you in the room.
Exactly.
Right.
It sounds
but
good.
Sometimes marketing gets you in the door and keeps you in the door because niggas like, well, he can market. That's gonna make us some money.
True.
You feel me? So both. Once
True.
you in that door, you got that out because they gonna get as much out of you as they can before they discard you. It's like a juice box. Every little, for real. I'm interested to see what they do with like an Ice Spice or a lot of these the newer ones that's coming in. I'm interested to see what the industry does with them. You feel me?
What it's gonna turn into.
Yeah.
Being from the Bay
Because like they don't,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like they don't understand that it's a life. Like once it becomes a product, it's like it's a life. This a life.
Because the label itself will start to sink them if they feel like there's another prospect that they could fill that slot with, and they got a better situation on them. Or we got a bigger
the
percentage.
store gonna put the SKUs in the front that sell the most.
Right.
And they gonna all that other shit. Some shit just go all the way to the back of the warehouse until a nigga come ask if they got it. You
gotta
feel me?
stay hot.
But
and that's your job.
But you know what? They'll start to place around that product the things that they get for the low that they can make the biggest flip on. And eventually, once that thing becomes popular enough, they phase out the shit that costs them too much money.
Mm-hmm.
That's business 101.
Yeah.
I told you, the culture of business is to make the best deal possible
That's
for you.
life 101 too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? That's life 101. Like as you grow, you start to phase out the things that's like the company growing this way. This is where we going and this ain't in alignment. And so it's like it's natural. Only thing is like when you commodify it, it's just a different game, right? It's business.
But that's what we are now. We're a commodity. We're not a culture. They don't see us as a culture. See us as a commodity.
Right.
What happens with a commodity when something gets old, burnt out, you replace it. There's no culture. You just replace it. You're living culture. You're living culturally, not business-wise. You're living culturally.
But the culture is also a part of marketing.
You can market culture.
They have cultural advisors, head of culture. Like they understand it very well as a marketing tool. They don't always hit it on the nail. Like, man, it be like these brands when they come in and they trying to get culture, like they're so lost when it comes to it, but they understand that, Steve Stout, they understand the value of what it could bring them.
But that depends on who's doing the selling, like, and who you're buying to. You dig what I mean? There's Christian music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fairly big market. But if I'm Trojan, there's not a lot of love for me at a Christian festival.
Right.
Like maybe this is the wrong place to push my shit.
Yeah, it might
you
be.
dig what I mean?
Yeah.
The culture that, and we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks. Exactly.
No.
The culture that we've been discussing in hip hop and how many different tribes there are. Drake represents a very specific culture. It's very popular. Clubs, champagne, girls, very popular. Very popular.
Right, but when we say culture, okay, so when Kendrick said, I'm with the culture feeling.
He was talking about
hip hop.
A whole bunch
general.
of different umbrellas, including the one that maybe Drake falls under. Because the problem with that culture that Drake is under is that people get tired of that shit after a minute.
Yeah.
People grow out of the club. Some of those people are parents now. They're not in the club like that.
I moved to Miami. After 2 weeks, it was over. I was like, ain't no way I keep this up.
Right.
Ain't no way we can keep doing this every night, bro. Can't.
Everybody don't grow out of the club.
Now.
Everybody don't grow out of the club.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.